Often, people overlook the brain when they think of looking at their physical health. They spend large amounts of time in the gym, all while neglecting the most important muscle in the body, the brain. It is imperative that your cognitive functions be at an all-time high if you are looking to maximize your intellect and create wealth and success in your life. In this video, we'll be taking a look at 10 habits that damage your brain and cause cognitive decline. Welcome to the Cash Cartel, a safe haven for future billionaires and innovative thinkers. As humans, we have finite mental energy in a day, and while we are responsible for where we place our focus, we need our brains to be operating at peak performance to ensure we are maximizing our potential and creating wealth and success in our lives. How do we do this? By ensuring our routines and daily habits are conducive to a healthy lifestyle. Some of the following habits have been scientifically proven to damage the brain and cause cognitive decline. Number 1. Lack of sleep. We are all aware of how lack of sleep can affect one's mood, ability to think clearly, and maintain focus. But science now shows that a more advanced sleep deprivation can cause serious damage to the brain. Some scientific research shows that certain parts of the brain are overstimulated by sleep deprivation. There could be permanent damage to the brain. This is due to the brain's neuroplasticity. When it is forced to operate in a different state continuously, it will permanently alter itself. So next time you think of pulling an all-nighter to cram for that final test, consider the fact that you need to be healthy and disease-free to truly enjoy the rewards of your hard work one day. Number 2. Poor diet. Too much sugar. Like a car, your brain functions best when it gets fed the best fuel. High-quality foods containing fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins nourish the brain and protect it against oxidative stress. Your brain uses energy in the form of glucose to fuel cellular activities. However, a high sugar diet leads to excess glucose in the brain, which can lead to a lack of focus, memory impairment, and high stress levels. Studies have shown that overconsumption of sugar triggers certain chemical imbalances in the brain, which can lead to depression. Number 3. Overeating. Relating to the previous topic, it is important to also realize that not only bad foods can have a negative effect on your neural functions, but so can too much food. We have all experienced what overeating feels like. You're bloated, lethargic, and uncomfortable, and we've been warned about the life-threatening diseases that conditions like obesity can lead to. But what most people are unaware of is that overeating hardens your brain's arteries and results in irreparable damage to your mental abilities. Several studies have revealed that prolonged high-calorie intake can increase a person's chance of developing memory loss or mild cognitive impairment. So next time you feel the urge to binge, remember that it's not only your heart that you're damaging, but also your brain function. Number 4. Skipping breakfast and not staying hydrated. To prove just how much your diet influences your brain's functions, here is another example of how poor nutrition can affect your brain. Skipping breakfast prevents your brain from getting enough nutrients, resulting in low glucose levels, which can negatively impact cognitive function. Your brain is made up of 80% water, so your brain needs a lot of water to function at its peak state. Even slight dehydration can cause headaches, fatigue, lack of mental clarity, and stress. Your diet is of great importance when it comes to keeping your brain happy and healthy. Number 5. Lack of sunlight. Research shows that sun exposure helps humans produce more serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical that affects your mood, appetite, and sleep. Lack of sunlight may lead to lower serotonin levels, which is linked to depression. Not only does the sun help your body produce serotonin, it also helps it produce melatonin. Melatonin is the chemical in your brain that helps you fall asleep at night. Regular sun exposure is not only a great way to get vitamin D and keep mood changes at bay, but it can also help regulate your sleep. Number 6. Smoking. Most people are aware of how smoking affects the lungs and the heart. However, what is less known is the impact of nicotine on the brain. Nicotine activates dopamine signals in the brain, causing a pleasant sensation. Over time, continuous smoking causes the brain to reduce acetylcholine receptors to compensate for the increased signaling activity. This results in a nicotine tolerance being created in the brain. Your brain ends up needing more nicotine. As nicotine mimics the work of dopamine, your brain associates the habit of smoking with feeling good. This causes your brain to change and is why you experience withdrawal symptoms such as irritability, anxiety, and cravings. Number 7. Excessive consumption of alcohol. While we all enjoy alcohol and the social settings which we consume it in, it is important to realize what effect binge drinking has on our brains over time. Alcohol's damage to the brain can take several forms. The first is neurotoxicity, which occurs when neurons overreact to neurotransmitters for too long. Too much exposure to neurotransmitters can cause neurons to burn out. Studies have also found that people who have prolonged dependence on alcohol experience brain shrinkage, which is reduced volume of grey matter and white matter over time. Regular, heavy drinking also interferes with chemicals in the brain that are vital for stable mental health. So, while you might feel relaxed after a drink, in the long run, alcohol actually has a negative impact on mental health and can result in feelings of depression and anxiety. Number 8. Playing music too loudly through earphones. Listening to music at too high a volume could damage your hearing, which can result in problems such as memory loss and damage to brain tissue. High decibel noise levels withdraw insulation from the nerve fibers that carry signals from the ear to the brain. Your brain requires efforts to comprehend what is being said around you. If it cannot receive these signals properly, excess pressure is applied to the brain, which can result in damage to the brain tissue. Number 9. Lack of exercise. The body's primary neurotransmitters are serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. Neurotransmitters are molecules that carry messages from one cell to another. Serotonin is the key hormone in stabilizing our moods and also aids with sleeping, eating, and digestion. Dopamine is an important brain chemical which influences feelings of reward and motivation. Norepinephrine is the brain chemical that plays a role in a person's mood and ability to concentrate. All three of these important neurotransmitters are released immediately during working out, thus improving one's mood, mental clarity, and alertness. A lack of exercise means you are missing out on these mood-enhancing hormones. Research shows that exercise strengthens all parts of your brain, including grey matter. This helps the brain become more resistant to stress and aging. The increase in heart rate causes the heart to pump more oxygen to the brain, providing a nourishing environment for growing brain cells. Number 10. Negativity. Increasing the output of positive thoughts and decreasing the output of negative thoughts may not just put you in a better mood, but it's also good for your brain. New studies have found that repetitive negative thinking can be linked to cognitive decline, as it results in a higher number of harmful protein deposits in the brain and therefore increases the risk of dementia in the long term. Negative thinking is also known to greatly affect one's mood and mental health in the short term, increasing the likelihood of anxiety and depression, which ultimately affects our motivation and productivity. It's important to break the cycle of negative thinking and self-defeating thought patterns, not only so we can enjoy life more fully, but to keep our brains healthy in the long run. Now you know what habits to avoid, I urge you to make the changes needed in your life to maximize your productivity and brain power permanently. Take action now. Continue watching our videos so that you can begin the journey and unlock infinite wealth and success in your life today.